One is temporary, one is permanent. So temporary prepayments are the prepayments which you do for a service or goods procurement, and that advance will be adjusted against the final invoice which you are going to receive for the goods and services. Let's say you are going to purchase uh, a vehicle. Okay, you do advance payment of 20,000 and balance on the delivery. Okay, Kiran also joined. Hi, Kiran. Kiran, you joined?
Hello, Gopal.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, today we are going to discuss the prepayment, that is the advance payment to supplier and uh, closing of invoices with the supplier, prepayment. So there are two types of prepayment. Just now I started, okay? In these two prepayments, one is the temporary and another one is permanent. A temporary prepayment, when you pay advance to receive some goods and services, and on the final delivery of goods and services, you receive the invoices with adjustment for the prepayment that is you have done. That is called temporary prepayment. Permanent prepayment, that is done to secure some kind of goods and services, to establish a business contract, and that permanent advance will not be used against any invoice or any kind of credit note. So what will be the case here? This case will be related to, suppose you are leasing a property and you pay the advances, or you are taking on rent some space where you pay the kind of deposit as an advance. So that comes under the permanent prepayment. So mostly in the business, temporary prepayments exist. Permanent, it will be very few, very few. So today, first our task is to enter the prepayment invoice. So let's go to our batch hardware. Okay, you can very well enter the invoice in the new batch, but I am using the old one. Go to invoices. Okay, here you change from standard to prepayment. Take the same supplier. Let's say 29/07/2021. Okay. EBC prepayment -001. Okay, let's say we are paying 1,000. Okay. 2021. Just move on to advance payment. our payment method which we created. Check IT prepayment type. Okay, here we have the prepayment. We can select over here temporary or permanent. So temporary. This is the header level information gone. It will ask us the number. Field. 6. Okay. So go to lines. In the lines, you have to enter the amount. Okay. Now, when you click on distribution, you will see that prepayment account is already available from the supplier site level. This is already filled. Supplier advances. So save this information. Close this window. Come to general. Actions. Validate. Okay. Okay. So now you have entered a prepayment as an invoice. Okay. There is a specific reason to do this. Okay. It will be then only it will be converted into an advance paid invoices. Now it is unpaid status. So with this, you cannot close any invoices. Okay, before doing that, you need to pay this invoice. So either I can go to scheduled payment and pay in full, or I have already selected that invoice, go to actions, pay in full. Okay, and either I can go to manual payment window and pay this invoice, or I can run the PPR, payment process request. There are multiple ways. So I am using pay in full option. Bank account, IT, payment method check IT, payment process profile is IT domestic payment, and it is a document category check. Okay, first information, then press Ctrl S, save it. Once you save it, this enter and this invoice detail will be ABC payment 001, date this, and all this process. So close this window, go to general. This is still saying unpaid. Okay, we will this window again. Come, you have to press query again, the same window. Go to invoices, prepayment. It is now showing status as available. It means that you can close the invoices which need to be paid. Let's say we go to actions, apply and unapply prepayment. There is one option. Okay. And when you apply and apply prepayment, you will see which invoices it is paid for in the view prepayment application. Or there is another method. you can go to the invoice. This invoice amount paid is 0. Okay. On this invoice voucher number 6, the amount paid is 0. I can go on actions, apply and apply prepayment also. So there is two ways. Either you can go in invoice and click on action, apply and apply prepayment, or either you can be in the prepayment and apply and apply prepayment option. Click OK. It will ask prepayment is available, this one. Okay. And invoice amount is this, invoice unpaid amount is this. Apply, total 1000 applied. So when you click on apply, this amounts will get populate. Accounting date also will populate. So if it is correct, click on apply and unapply button. Okay. It is saying that GL date is not correct. Okay. 29 July. Now click on apply and apply. So the amount, whatever you see here, will populate in this row area. See, amount applied and applied. So close this in window. Close this window also. F11. Control F11. Now it says needs revalidation. Click because we have just applied a prepayment. Okay. Now it is status changed to validated. Our prepayment status changed to fully applied. So this is the cycle of the prepayment. You have to book a advance requirement by supplier as an invoice in the system. It is a kind of dummy invoice. It is not a kind of actual invoice. Okay. Because the advance requirement, when you receive it as a instruction from the supplier and not as a invoice, and that you what you receive as an instruction to pay the supplier as an advance, that will form the basis for creating the prepayment invoice in the system. Okay, once the prepayment invoice is created, that will go for the payment. Once payment is done, that will be available for applying to the invoices. Once it is completely applied, the status change to fully applied. So any doubt, Lavanya, Kiran?
No, sir.
No.
No, good.
So now next topic, internet expenses, employee related expenses. Okay. I expenses is the module where you can capture the employee related expenses in payables and process the payments also. So for that we need two things. Okay. In the responsibility, when you have the supplier, in the supplier you must have the supplier creation responsibility. In the supplier creation, you must have the employee as a supplier creation. Okay. So first we go to setup invoices, expense report template. We have to create one template here. Okay. IT India employee expenses. Expense. Okay, we are creating this one as a template. Inactive, nothing. The description, okay. Okay. Enable for internet expenses. Now go to expense item. Let's say it is a category expense item. Let car expense. Okay. Category. In the category, you can select anything. It is accommodation, car rental, meals, mileage, miscellaneous, per diem. So car rental. In the GL account, you have to select the GL account for this one, CHN, HR account. Expense account starting with the 5. Right now, we do not have any account. So let's say we are using salaries just for our business. Okay. GL account done. And the next one is, let's say, accommodation. Accommodation. Okay. We are going to use the same GL account. No change. So right now we are going to put these two expenses. Save this. These two expense templates, one expense template is saved. Okay, justification only with the violation if any justification is required, and apply receipt rules, negative, calculate the amount. Okay, we are done with this template setup. Close this window. Now go to options, payable options. In the payable options, you have expense report, template, IT India employee expenses, apply advances, automatically create employee as a supplier, remove this one or keep it this one as per your wish. Payment terms, you can put immediate. Pay group, if you have anything here, just select, otherwise standard mostly. Payment priority 99. But most of the organization, what they do, they create pay group as a employee separately. Payment priority also for them will be separately set up. Hold unmatched expenses report. With this you can enable, disable. Save this info. Okay. Now close this one. So now we are done with the setup. Now we require employees as a supplier. So to do that, right now we do not have access to employee creation. Okay, when we click on entry, supplier entry, it will take us to supplier creation, supplier page. On that, if we click on create supplier, it is creating as a supplier type as standard supplier. It is not allowing us to proceed further because there is a separate category if employee has to be created as a supplier. So cancel this one, close this window. Okay. For that, we'll have to get a new responsibility. Actually, new menu. Then we have to go to system admin, applications. We have a new menu. F11, I10. Okay. This is the menu I created, a custom menu, where I have the function attached is the create or update employee supplier details. This access you must have, otherwise you will not be able to proceed further. So this menu you need to attach to one responsibility. So now we are going to create the responsibility. Just like copy this menu. Now go to security, user. So responsibility. Okay, fine. Okay. Responsibility name AP employee supplier IT India. Accounts payable. It is payables. Responsibility key AP underscore MP underscore supplier IT India. 1st Jan 2000 data group standard payables. In the menu, we are going to use this menu. Request group, all reports. All reports payables. This responsibility we created. Now for this responsibility, we have to assign it to our user. Save it. Once you saved it, close this window. Now profile options to be updated. For this, we have many profile options. Here, HR security profile. HR security profile, have to update it. IT corporation India. Yes. Now you have to go to HR percent business group. Okay, this also got updated when you attach the security profile. Then we have the GL ledger name. Okay, GL ledger name, it is saying IT India, IT India ledger. Okay, the name also assigned. Now we have to attach the operating unit. MO operating MO operating unit. IT India Private Limited. And that's it. So whatever you assigned is related to the profile options for this responsibility. So all are now linked to our organization structure. So now we move on to FT Employee Supplier India Limited. Click OK. Just system administration. Okay. Compilation also done. We have to draw this one. Okay. Let's see. Supplier page is there. Click on create. Okay, yes. This is allowing us to proceed further. Okay, if you see, there is two options: standard supplier, supplier used to process expense payments to internal employees. There are two processes. Okay, when right now we have enabled, let's go to first our AP setup options. In the financial options, we have already, in the human resource, we have attached business group and expense reimbursement address as a home. Okay. Employee number creation is the manual method because that is our business group setup. This is one thing. In the payable system setup, we have entered like an entry of automatic supplier number. Okay. That's all. And in third number, payables options, expense report. In the expense report, we attach the template and automatically create employee as a supplier. Okay. This is one we have done. And payment withholding supplier, nothing. Okay. But by this, what we understand is when we create an employee for our business group, it will automatically get created as a supplier. And there is also a possibility that you can create an employee as a supplier manually. But before that, most of the organization, they set up automatic numbering for the supplier entry. But if you want, you can very well set it manual for the time being. Okay. Setup. Okay. I time being set up like this and go to my another responsibility. And I will create here create supplier. Employee name. It will be there. So did one see employee number is coming. Operating unit IT India. IT operating unit warehouse. Payment site home. Supplier number as we set up as manual EMP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And click on apply. Because this employee we created before starting the employee related expenses